हेलो गाइस, सो टुडे वी विल स्टडी राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन। हम उसके कुछ इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स को डिस्कस करेंगे। सबसे पहले मीनिंग, फिर डिफिनेशन, फिर इसके कॉन्सेप्ट, फिर इसका हिस्ट्री, स्लाइड फीचर्स ऑफ आरटीआई समझेंगे। देन हम समझेंगे दैट हाउ इट ओरिजिनेटेड। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम ये समझेंगे कि जो आरटीआई है ये हम पब्लिक ऑफिसेज पे अप्लाई करते हैं और इसका ओरिजिन ईयर 1776 में हुआ था, जो कि स्वीडन में हुआ था। इसके कुछ आर्टिकल्स हैं, वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। तो हम लोग आरटीआई एक्ट 2005 समझेंगे। वी कैन अपने कन्वीनियंस के लिए आप लोग चाहे तो इस एक्ट को डाउनलोड कर लीजिए। तो इसका सेक्शन 2J है जो कि मीनिंग दिया हुआ है आरटीआई का, और सेक्शन 7 क्लाउज 5 है, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हम लोग फर्दर पढ़ेंगे कि ये दोनों क्या है। सो नाउ वी विल मूव टू द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन इन इंडिया। द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन इन इंडिया। सिटीजन्स राइट ऑन इंफॉर्मेशन विच रिलेट्स टू देम। इसमें क्या होता है कि जो भी सिटीजन के राइट होते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए, दे हैव बेसिकली अ राइट अंडर आर्टिकल 21 ऑल्सो इट इज़ गेटिंग कवर्ड। इसमें क्या होता है ना कि गवर्नमेंट होता है वो लाइबल होता है टू प्रोवाइड सच इंफॉर्मेशन टू इट्स सिटीजन। इन द ईयर 1776 स्वीडन ने एक कन्वेंशन पास किया था। उसमें उन्होंने ग्रांट किया था राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन टू ऑल ऑफ इट्स सिटीजन. And then Sweden is on the top of the list of its nation to be rare list corrupt country as per the Transparency International Index. Further moving ahead in the evolution of RTI, we will understand the UN General Assembly passed a resolution in the year 1948, and they declared freedom of information as fundamental human rights. There are 56 countries in the world. They have already enacted at providing right to information, including countries from North America, most of European countries, Colombia, Peru, South Africa, India, Austria, and New Zealand, etc. Over 25 countries have initiated the process to enact the right to information law, most of which are from South America, East Africa, Southeast Asian, and some sank of Russian Federation. Further, we will know that in the US, the Right to Information Act of 1966 was amended in the year 1974 after the Watergate scandal. There was a scandal, and in 1986, the Supreme Court of India gave clear-cut directive that freedom of speech and expression provided under Article 19 of Constitution clearly implies right to information, as without information, the freedom of speech and expression cannot be fully used by a citizen, which is quite true. So for the sake of transparency, first cross-route campaign for the introduction of RTI started by Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan movement of Rajasthan in May, and it was in year 1908, led by Srimati Karuna Roy. In 1997, Tamil Nadu, he became the first state in India to have passed a law on right to information. The Madhya Pradesh, in the year 1997, the MP government issued executive orders 236 departments to implement right to information, which later increased to rare than 50 departments in 1997. The working group under chairmanship of S.P. Suri, appointed by the United Front government, drafted the Federal of Information Bill 1997. In the year 1997, Goa legislature enacted a law on right to information. Further, in the year 1998, the government of MP tabled Bill on right to information, which was passed by legislature. The will not become the laws because governor denied the consent. In the year 1998, NDA came to power. Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee assumed the nation that in law on right to information shall be enacted soon. In 1999, Union Urban Affairs Minister passed an administrative order on transparency in the Urban Affairs Ministry. In 2000, Freedom of Information Bill was introduced in Parliament. In 2001, and City Delhi Assembly passed a law on right to information. In the year 2002, Freedom of Information Bill 2000 was passed in both houses of Parliament in December 2002. In 2003, Freedom of Information will receive the consent of President of India on 6th of January 2003 and became law known as Freedom of Information Act 2002, Act number 5 of 2003. Further, in year 2003, on 31st of January, MP government passed MP RTI Act in 2003 in August. Maharashtra government converted its ordinance into new RTI Act in 2004. UPA government named United Progress Alliance came to power in 2004. Further, in 2004 on 23rd of December, UPA government tabled the RTI Bill 2004, applicable only to the Union government. The civil society was not happy with this. Most of the information required by the common man was from the state government. The bill did not served the purpose of the common man. Some members of the National Advisory Committee were unhappy with this. After heavy labeling by NCPRI, like National Campaign for People's Right Information, and other organizations, the Right to Info Act 2005 was passed with 150 amendment bill is now applicable to states also. In 2005, RTI bill was passed in Lok Sabha in 11th of May 2005 and in Rajya Sabha on 12th of May 2005. It received the assent of President of India on 15th of June 2005 and it was finally published in the Gazette of India on 21st of June 2005. RTI Act 2005 came into force with effect from 12th of October 2005 and it was known as Right to Information Act 2005. Slight features of RTI Act. Like we will see that all citizens have right to information under section 3 of 2005 Act of Right to Information. Info can be obtained within 30 days from the date of request in a normal case. If information is a matter of life or liberty of a person, it can be obtained within 18 hours from the time of request. Every public authority is under obligation to provide info on written request or request by electronic means. Certain info are prohibited. Article 190. Appeal against the decision of the Central Info Commission or a Stock Information Commission can be made to officer who is senior in rank. The fee is only 10 rupees. And the another feature is that each authority must appoint their public information officer, and certain agencies like Intelligence Bureau, Narcotics Control Bureau, Border Security Force and CRPF are executed. Certain information like those relating to security, public safety, correspondence with foreign government are excluded. Now 10th feature we will study. RTI empower any citizen of India to request information from a public authority which is required to reply as soon as possible within 30 days. Like we will see few of the questions which are very important. What is the fee for the BPL applicant for seeking information? If the applicant belongs to below poverty line, he/she not required to pay any fees. However, he should submit a pro in support his claim to belong to the. Now we will study the philosophy of right to information. The government of India resolved that in order to ensure greater and more effective access to information, it is required the Freedom of Information Act 2002 must be made more progressive, participating, and meaningful. On the issue, National Advisory Council suggested some important to be incorporated in the said out to ensure smoother and greater access to information. After examining the suggestion of the National Advisory Council and other, it was decided to repeal the Freedom of Information Act 2002 and enact another law for providing an effective framework for affecting the right of information recognized under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A of the Constitution of India. To achieve this object, RTI Bill was introduced in the Parliament. The RTI Bill 2005 was introduced by the Union Ministry of Personnel. There are few cases which is very important from the point of view of exam. Ugrapal Singh versus Bhagat Sanchar Nigam Limited. One of the objectives of the Act is to provide transparency and accountability, the working of every public authority. Another case we will go for is PC Parekh IAS versus Cabinet Secretariat. Transparency is rule and secrecy is an exception in the scheme of the Act. H.E. Rajse Karappa versus a State Public Information Officer is the another case of Bangalore. Object of the Act to provide right to information for citizens, secure access to information from bodies under the control of public authorities. Another case is MP Varghese versus Mahatma Gandhi University. Citation AIR 2007 Kerala 230. The preamble starts with the statement that the Act is intended to provide for settling out the practical regime of RTI for citizens to secure access to information under the control of public authority in order to promote transparency and accountability in the working of every public authority. The Act is intended to harmonize the conflict between the right to information to secure access information and the necessity to preserve confidentiality of sensitive information. Then there is another case, SCP Gupta versus Union of India AIR 1982 SC 149. 7 judges bench of the Supreme Court held that we have adopted a democratic form of government where a society has chosen to accept democracy. It is elementary that the citizen ought to know what their government is doing. The citizen have a right to decide by whom and what rules they shall be governed, and they are entitled to call on those who govern their behalf to account for their conduct. No democratic government can survive without accountability, and loose postulate of accountability is that the people should have information about the functioning of government and how government is functioning, that they can fulfill the when democracy assigned to them and make democracy a ready, effective perpetuatory democracy to the citizens' right to know the facts, the true facts about the administration, about the country. Thus, one of the pillars of a democratic state, and that is why the demand for openness in the government is increasingly granting in different parts of the world. Thank you guys, and I am sorry about my voice because I have cold and tomorrow I have exam, so I had to do it. So I'm providing it for all of you, like all the law students can access it and complete the introductory part of right to information. Thank you so much. If you are new to my channel, do not forget to like and subscribe.